we chose to get married on a Friday so that we could spend Saturday with our family and friends. And by spend time with family and friends, I mean drink and act dumb. And that's exactly what we did. So on that Saturday, my wife, she went off with her friends. I met up with my friends, and we ate and we drank and we laughed and we ate and we drank and we laughed. And then it was time for lunch, and we went to this place called Senior Frogs. And I immediately ordered some Patron margaritas. I downed them, and I was in rare form. I was singing and dancing and laughing and telling jokes. And then my friend Dominique, she said, Antwan, you're having a good time, but you'd have an even better time if you had a piece of chocolate. And I told her, I think this is strange. You're offering me chocolate in a bar. And she goes, Antwan, it's special chocolate. Wink, wink. And I said, is it like a Willy Wonka piece of chocolate? She goes, Antwan, there's weed in the chocolate. We're in Las Vegas. It's Las Vegas. There's weed in the chocolate. And I thought, oh, now see, these are my friends from college. And they still don't know for some reason that I've never had weed. I never smoked. I never had an edible. The only person in this group of friends who knew that was my friend from DC, Edgar. But I didn't want to look square in front of my friends from college, so I took the chocolate and I just ate it. And I just kept drinking and I was having a great time. But then, after a while, my brain started to feel heavy. And I couldn't necessarily like stand up, so I'm like leaning on the bar, and I was beside Edgar, and I was like, Edgar, my brain feels so heavy right now. I don't know what to do. And he said, you should just tell everybody else. So I was like, you're right. So for some reason, I yelled at the top of my lung, my brain is so heavy right now. Can y'all feel that? And for whatever reason, everybody in Senior Frog started laughing. My friends started laughing. And then what would happen is the weight would dissipate and go to another body part. So after a moment, like I started holding my ears because I thought my earlobes were touching my shoulder. And I was like, my earlobes are so heavy right now. Do y'all feel that? They were like, Antwan, why would we feel your earlobes? You're not making any sense. So over time, they left there, went to my shoulders. I'd make an announcement. My chest was heavy, I'd make an announcement. My stomach was heavy, I'd make an announcement. But then we got into some dangerous territory because I don't know how to say this. I can't believe this is being recorded. I'm going to say this, but my butthole got heavy. Yes, you heard me correctly. My butthole got heavy. And at this point, I stopped making announcements. And my friends were like, Antwan, you're not making any announcements. Nothing's heavy. But they had no idea those moments I was concentrating because I was clenching my butt cheeks for dear life. And I'm just waiting for the heaviness to move to the next body part, but it was still. So my friends now want to leave Senior Frogs, but I'm trying to stay still because I'm waiting for the heaviness to move. It doesn't move. So they started to pay their bills. They walked away. They were like, Antwan, come on. Now, I'm trying to keep my butt cheeks clenched because I was afraid that if I separated my butt cheeks, something would come out. So I needed to walk. So I kind of did like this Frankenstein penguin walk where I'm just like, all right, I'm coming. And then my friends were like, Antwan, what are you doing? Come on. So I started to walk. And though I'm clenching with Herculean strength, I start to feel a warm sensation moving down my butt cheeks. Oh my gosh. So we make it down to the sidewalk. I'm still trying to clench, but I can feel it. It's so gross. So I'm walking down. We get down to the sidewalk. And I'm starting to get nervous because the good news is I'm wearing black jeans. So nobody can see this. But I thought at any moment someone's going to smell this. I got to get out of here. So what I did was I turned to my friends and said, hey, thanks everybody for coming to the wedding. And I just ran across the street. I went to the first hotel I could find. And I'm in the bathroom and I'm just like looking in the mirror and I'm just like, what is going on with my life? This is supposed to be the new beginning that I was looking for, and it seemed that my world was crumbling. And I was like, I got to get out of this because I'm Antwan Perry, and I can get out of anything. So I just said, all I have to do is take off my clothes and wash off the poo and throw my underwear away because I can feel most of it's in my underwear. And then I just go back to my hotel. Nobody ever has to know any of this happened. So rather than going to the stall where I felt like very constrained, I needed my space so I wouldn't get poo everywhere. right there in the middle of the bathroom in front of the mirror. I take off my shirt. I look, my shirt's clean, I'm very excited. I put my shirt down, and then I take off my shoes and I look at my socks. I feel it running, but I don't know how far it's gone down. Look at my socks. My socks are still clean. So that's the one less thing I have to clean off. Take off my socks. But my jeans, I got to my jeans. And I was like, okay, I know it's mostly in my underwear, but I think some have come out. So I'm just kind of unbuckle, I take off my pants, I step out as slightly as I can. There are people walking in the bathroom. They're very confused, but it's Vegas, so they've seen this before, I'm sure. So I turn my pants inside out, and then I just kind of look, squinting and looking, and there's none on my jeans. This is going to be a lot easier than I thought. But it's my underwear. So I'm standing there just in my underwear, and I'm just like, Antwan, you can do this. But you got to face what you've done. You have to face what you've done. So I close my eyes. Guys are so confused. They're like walking in like, what is this guy doing? So I pulled down my underwear with my eyes closed, and I was just like, on the count of 3, you just got to look. You can't get through this without looking. So I counted 1, 2, 3. And there was no shit anywhere. I was so confused. I was very excited, but I was so confused. I mean, there wasn't anywhere. I smell my underwear, didn't even smell like a fart or anything. Put my hand between my butt cheeks. There was nothing. And then it hit me. Oh my gosh, I think I might be high. Is this what high is? I think I might be high. So I was very excited. I put clothes back on, and I was like, okay, I can just get back to my hotel, and nobody has to know any of this has ever happened. But my phone has now died, and I didn't know where I was in relation to my hotel in Las Vegas. There are hotels everywhere. So I'm asking people, hey, do you know where the Platinum Hotel is? Nobody knows. And I estimated that I had been lost for about 8 hours. And I said to myself, I'm going to get back to my hotel. There's going to be a search party looking for me. My family's going to be very upset. I finally get back to my hotel, and there's no search party anywhere. And I thought, oh my gosh, they've called off the search. I've been gone that long. I get up to my room, and I look at the clock, and it's only been about 35 minutes since I left my friends. And then there was a knock at the door, and it was my friend Edgar, because he was coming back to DC that night, and his bag was in my room, and he looked at me, he was like, what are you doing? And what happened back there? And I said, I thought I doo-dooed on myself. And I didn't want you all to smell the doo-doo. So I ran across the street to wash off the doo-doo, and there was no doo-doo. I think I was just high. Well, it's been many years and one wife since all that happened. And I've learned many lessons throughout that time, but the most important thing I learned is never accept chocolate in a bar. Thank you.